Hey everyone, and welcome back. Take a look at this. A living room, a kitchen, a backyard. To most of us, this is just a house. But to the person in our story today, this house isn't just a building. It's a symbol of 8 years of hard work, sacrifice, and financial independence. It's a dream realized. And for his parents, it became something else entirely. A weapon. I'm talking about one of the most insane, baffling, and frankly outrageous stories I have ever come across. This is a story about a man who saved for nearly a decade to buy his first home, only to have his own parents turn around and sue him for it. Yes, you heard that right. They sued their own son for his house. And their argument? It should go to your sister. This is a wild ride, and I promise you it's not going to disappoint. We're going to break down the timeline of betrayal, the shocking courtroom drama, and the ultimate outcome that proves sometimes the best revenge is simply living well. The setup, the eldest son versus the golden child. Our story starts with a man who, at 29 years old, had just bought his first house. He's the elder of 2 kids. From the age of 16, he worked every job he could get. Grocery store, pizza delivery, you name it. By 18, he was financially independent, bought his own car, a beat-up '98 Honda for $800, and put himself through community college and coding boot camps to get into the world of cybersecurity. He's been working in that field for the past 8 years, saving every penny. On the other side of the family, we have his sister, Melissa. She's the golden child. Her parents paid for everything: a private university, a master's in art history, semesters abroad in Europe, and even a car for her 16th birthday. While her brother was grinding away, she was living a life of privilege, completely funded by their parents. Our storyteller, meanwhile, was saving relentlessly. No fancy vacations, no designer clothes, living with roommates to keep costs down. He was on a mission, and after 8 long years, he finally did it. He bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house for $385,000. He put down a 20% down payment, a whopping $77,000, all from his own savings. He was a homeowner. He had made it. 2 days after closing on the house, he gets a text from his dad. "We need to discuss the house situation. Call me immediately." He called, thinking they wanted to come visit. He was so wrong. His dad got straight to the point. "Son, we've been talking as a family, and we think it's only fair that Melissa gets the house." He literally thought it was a joke. His dad's reasoning? Melissa was struggling with student loans, and he was doing well and could easily buy another house. When his mom got on the phone, the gaslighting kicked in. "We raised you, we supported you, and now it's time to give back to the family. Your sister deserves stability." He pointed out that they paid for her entire education, but his mom's only response was, "Family helps family. Don't be selfish." The call ended with his dad yelling about moral obligations. A week later, he served papers. His own parents were suing him for his house. Their claims were completely unhinged. They wanted the house transferred to Melissa, and they wanted him to keep paying the mortgage for at least 2 years. The lawsuit claimed he owed them $300,000 in child-rearing costs, that Melissa needed the house more due to her loans, and that as his parents, they had a right to redistribute family assets because of their emotional investment in his success. It was pure madness. The family drama and the courtroom show. Now this is where the story gets even crazier. Our guy decided to represent himself. Why? Because the lawsuit was so absurd he figured he could handle it, and hiring a lawyer would have cost him at least $10,000. So he started preparing, and he uncovered some juicy details. It turned out his aunt, his dad's sister, was financing the whole thing. She'd always hated him because he didn't invite her to his community college graduation, which he didn't even walk in. She was telling everyone he was ungrateful and thought he was better than them. And Melissa, the so-called victim? She was already posting on social media, showing off pictures of houses from Pinterest with the caption, "Can't wait to make this house a home. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for fighting for what's right." The audacity. The first hearing was set for 2 months out. Their lawyer, Some ambulance chaser the aunt found contacted him for a settlement. And the demands were even more ridiculous than the lawsuit itself. Full transfer of the house to Melissa, him to pay the mortgage for 2 years, $310,000 for emotional damages, and a written apology. Our guy just laughed, literally snorted, and hung up. The family drama continued to spiral. His mom posted a passive-aggressive sob story on Facebook about a disappointed mother, and his aunt commented about his shameful behavior. He was uninvited from Thanksgiving. The whole family was being dragged into this nightmare, but the real show was on the day of the court hearing. Our guy showed up in a suit armed with his documents. His parents, Melissa and his aunt, showed up wearing matching t-shirts that said "Family First" in big letters. It was pure theater. Melissa even tried to hug him and loudly say, "I forgive you for making us do this." He just stepped back, let her stumble, and heard her hiss, ungrateful, under her breath. The judge called the hearing to order. Their lawyer made a statement about fundamental family values. Our guy simply said, "Your Honor, I bought a house with my own money that I saved for 8 years. I am the sole person on the mortgage. That's it." The judge, clearly intrigued, asked to see their case. And what did they present? Photo albums of family vacations, Melissa's $180,000 student loan statements for art history, a spreadsheet of expenses from when he was a kid, including a $12.99 McDonald's Happy Meal from 2003, and screenshots of his LinkedIn to prove he had money. They even tried to present Melissa's business plan for turning the house into an artist retreat. It was a clown show. But the key moment came when the judge turned to Melissa. "Ms. Melissa, what is your current employment?" Melissa, without a hint of shame, said she was in a transitional period and an artist, a digital content creator. The judge, unimpressed, kept pressing for her income. Melissa proudly replied, "I'm building my brand. These things take time." The judge looked at them and said, "Let me understand this clearly. You want your son, who has worked and saved for years, to give his house to your daughter, who has no job, no income, and no plans to get either. And you want him to continue paying the mortgage?" Their case collapsed right there. The judge heard enough. He issued a dismissal letter 5 days later with the exact words, "This case lacks any legal merit whatsoever. The aftermath, peace, vandalism, and Grandpa's wisdom." The court case was over, but the drama was just beginning. Outside the courthouse, his aunt completely lost it, screaming that he was dead to the family. Melissa fell to her knees, wailing that he had stolen her future. His mom disowned him, and his dad said he had destroyed the family. But our guy had already anticipated this. He had installed security cameras right after he got served the papers. The footage caught Melissa approaching his car and then walking up his driveway with a can of spray paint before the motion lights came on, and she turned back. He filed a police report immediately. That night, the family group chat exploded. But this time, it was a beautiful, chaotic disaster. His cousin, who was tired of the favoritism, called out his parents. Relatives started chiming in with their own stories. The time he asked for money for books, and they bought Melissa a MacBook instead. The $15,000 graduation party Melissa got, while he got nothing. And then, his grandpa chimed in, saying, "You two are disgraceful excuses for parents. Our guy succeeded despite you, not because of you. So where is he now?" 6 months after the court case, things are different. The parents aren't speaking to him. A mutual decision. The aunt's restraining order became permanent. Melissa got a job at Starbucks and complains about it on Instagram. He got a promotion at work, upgraded his security system, and adopted a German Shepherd mix named Luna. He's hosting game nights with friends in his new house, finally having people over who don't judge his every move. And the best part? His grandpa has been coming over for dinner every Sunday, teaching him woodworking in the garage. His grandpa told him last week, "I'm proud of you, kid. You stood up for yourself." Some people really shouldn't be parents. They thought they could sue their own son for his house. They thought he owed them. But what they really lost was something far more valuable than a house: their son's respect, their family's dignity, and the future they thought they could simply take. This man's story is the ultimate proof that the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about finding your own peace, building your own life, and setting boundaries that protect the home and the life you've worked so hard to create.